scenic views that will take your breath away, biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
You're not kidding. Family Fun Headquarters, you need to stop by there today. Honda North Little Rock, MacArthur Drive. They have expanded, remodeled. They've done it all, and they've got everything you're looking for. And it is that time of the year to get out and enjoy the Arkansas outdoors. All right, Randy moves out, I move in. I got the sunshine in my face. I'm trying to figure out what lines I need to keep and what lines I need to get rid of. Did you fish over the weekend? What'd you do?
Over the weekend, I did not fish. It's like the Little Red River is blowing out, and they've got some release issues up there. That's what I wanted to do. Lake Maumell's low. Wanted to go there. Didn't do that, but I'm going out there tomorrow with our good friend Bob Snyder.
So, Little Red, what kind of issues they got?
Just releasing a lot of water, and it's been real muddy and real high, and it's been real hard to fish, and so a lot of docks have been impacted by that, and a lot of trees are in the water that have impacted docks. It's been real hard to fish, and I don't think it's been that way up north, but I've been up north quite a bit.
All right. You text Eddie Horton there?
I have texted Eddie Horton. We're waiting for our first guest to call in, but Eddie's going to talk to us about turkey hunting. He's going to talk about his turkey calls, and you know what? Until he gets here, I know enough about him and about what he does that I think I can kind of fill in.
All right. Well, let me do this real quick.
All right.
So was it last year or 2 years ago you came out with your book, St. Thomas?
Yeah, boy, it doesn't
Cathedral.
seem that long. That was March of 2022.
Yeah.
My book, St. Thomas Cathedral, A Turkey Hunter's Quest for His Best, came out. And that has done really, really well. I'm surprised at how well that's done. And Eddie played a big part in that because I use his calls. I've got 2 big boxes of Eddie Horton calls. I've used them all over the place: Nebraska, Oklahoma, Missouri, Mississippi, Arkansas, and done real well with them. And they're just really, really nice. They're works of art. They're great to have, and they sound fantastic.
There are not hundreds, but probably thousands of people just like you that get so excited about turkey season.
It is. It's right now in central Arkansas. The Bradford pears are white, and the red buds are blooming, and the dogwoods are about to come out. And when that starts happening, that and the temperatures are like they are, if you're a turkey hunter, it just gets into your blood, and you got to get out there. And so it's just some people live for football season. They count down the days. They get into spring practice and all that, and they just can't wait for that first game of the season. They live for it. Basketball that way, baseball season's that way too. Turkey hunters are like that too. We're counting it down, and that day is coming where the season will open, and we'll get out there in the woods. We hopefully have found us a place where there's a bird or 2 nearby, and by birds we're talking about a mature gobbler, 2 years older or better, because you can't shoot the year-old birds in Arkansas unless you're a kid under age 16. They protect those from adults. And so hopefully we have located one or more, and we're out in the woods, and we are going to try to get into those woods without being detected because they're roosting up in the trees, and you never really know where one might be. And we're going to go to a place where we're going to think that he's going to pitch out of the tree he's in, come down. We're going to call him up and hopefully make an early morning of it. Very seldom does that ever work out for me.
You a longtime member of Belfast Hunting Club down in, I think, Grant County. We had some fires across the state. Any good news out of your hunting club?
I don't think that any of that fire got to us. We haven't heard anything like that. I don't think it got up that far. When you get one like that, that can be devastating at first blush, but ultimately it's actually, I hate to say this, in industrial pine lands even, but it's actually really good for the wildlife habitat because it burns out all that underbrush, and what grows up is it cleans it out, gets rid of all that thick stuff, and grows up in legumes and grasses and things like that, and it's really, really nice to hunt in.
I think they had some rain go through southeast Arkansas, extreme southeast Arkansas yesterday. We got a little shower in Little Rock, nothing to change the status of burn bans and et cetera. So when turkey season does open, be careful out there.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Right now we're fairly moist. I don't think the fire danger is real high here right now. But when you get a wind pickup like we had the other night, and that's a good deal of what contributed to the conflagration that we had, is it doesn't take much of a campfire ember getting away. When they go up into the air and they go off and land in the pine litter off in the woods somewhere that you may not even see. And those things, Ray, a burning ember can go a long way, and it can settle down, land on the pine needles, just kind of
sit there and
simmer for a while until it catches a flame. The wind hits it, and the next thing you know, you've got something that's going to get out of control really fast.
All right, put me in the mind of a turkey. I made the comment talking to Randy on drive time a little earlier. The turkeys aren't as dumb as people think they are. They're pretty smart.
I wouldn't say smart so much, but they're very savvy as far as being highly evolved to know that everything in the woods out there wants to eat them. Everything loves a turkey dinner. It's Thanksgiving every day in the woods. And the coyotes are after them, and the bobcats are after them. If the hens are nesting, and they will be starting to do that by the time the season opens, the raccoons and the possums and all these other critters, snakes, are black rat snakes especially, are very, very prolific predators. Popping my peas, and I'm not doing that. Very prolific predators on turkey nest eggs. They do, and so they're out looking if they can catch a hen on the nest, they will. But if they can run her off, then crows is another thing. Everything is out there looking to get adult turkeys, turkey eggs, and even poult turkeys. And so, if you look, all right. So anyway, to answer your question, they're very aware of that. So when they're going through the woods doing their thing, that's a lot of eyes that are very sharp for anything that's out of place. They're looking for anything that might be out there to get them. They're looking for movement. They're looking for sounds that are out of place. And so a turkey hunter has to be invisible and silent and stealthy, and you have to do everything at the right time and the right space and the right place.
So turkeys walk the way they do because they're paranoid, right?
They do. And man, they can run. And the thing about what I've noticed about the birds that I hunt in southwest, Grant County and around there, that's what I call it, southwest Arkansas, down in the piney woods, turkeys in the plains run away, and they run fast.
The plains you're talking about?
Yeah, if you're out in Oklahoma or out in the farmland up in North Arkansas, where there's a lot of open area, they just take off like the roadrunner. Where I hunt, if they get spooked, they take wing and they're gone. They fly. Sometimes they may fly a long way. They might fly up in a tree and then skip over from tree to tree to tree, but flightiest birds I've ever seen.
Now, you don't shoot a turkey out of a tree. You wait to get him on the ground, or you?
No, you don't do that. You don't shoot one in the tree. Yeah. Hopefully, if you've really done your homework before your hunt, you found one that where he roosts, where the hens roost.
Scouted him out.
You've scouted him out, and you can get back in the next morning and find, because what they do is they're looking for a place. The gobblers will like to come down and display the very first thing in the morning. They hit the ground, their tails, their fans go out, and they strut, and they do their dance. They're trying to attract hens to them. The hens might a lot of times roost away from the gobblers. They'll hit the ground, and you might be working one. He's coming to you, and it looks like, oh man, just 10, 15 more steps, and I'm going to get this gobbler. And then a real hen will sound off 20 yards behind you, and it's probably going to be game over. It's a bad situation.
You hadn't talked me into it yet. All right, back with more Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, coming to you live from our Honda North Little Rock studios on a beautiful evening. The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
March Mania is in full swing at Gwatney Buick GMC, and their biggest sale of the year is in a full court press. 2024 GMC Canyons discounted $5,000 off MSRP. 2025 Sierra 3/4 ton diesel Denali with $8,000 off MSRP. Call 501-945-4444. Power Forward with Buick. 2025 Enclave or 2024 Envision with $5,000 discounted off MSRP. Score even bigger on 2025 Encore with an unheard of $6,000 off MSRP. New Hummers at 0%. The competition's crying foul because Gwatney Buick GMC will not be beat during March Mania. 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade. Some vehicles require qualifying trade-in. All offers with approved credit. Stock numbers 30810, 30614, 30318, 30605, 30465.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make W's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest W's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks, W's has them. Want more than a snack? Many W's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. W's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors on a beautiful Monday evening in Central Arkansas. And we have a real treat for you right now. On the phone with us is Mike Marsh of Wilmington, North Carolina, author of Carolina Hunting Adventures, The Quest for the Limit, which is one of my favorite books ever written. He's also a very prolific magazine writer, photographer, all-around sportsman, and in my opinion, one of the greatest storytellers in America. Mike Marsh, welcome to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Wonderful to be with you. Thanks for having me on.
Well, that's quite an intro.
Yeah, now live up to it now, right?
I'm waiting on the stories, baby.
So, Mike, this Carolina Hunting Adventures, one of the things that really stands out to me about that is a story in there about a turkey hunt. It's a collection of hunting and fishing stories, lightly fictionalized. I think they're all based on true stories, but that one, our turkey season is going to start here in another few weeks, Mike, and kind of take us through that and bring us on through what you're doing, what you got going on.
Oh, boy, that was a long time ago. That was a kind of story. My first turkey hunts in North Carolina mountains when the turkey reintroductions had finally taken off successfully. And that turkey was one of two killed in Burke County that year. There were 161 turkeys killed in the entire state of North Carolina. Today, there are 495 turkeys about killed annually in that one county. If you heard a gobble, if you saw a track, if you saw a dusting area, or found a feather, you had a successful season. And I was fortunate enough to kill a turkey on my first hunt.
That's one of the great. It's one of the great stories, and if you read that, it's really, really hard not to keep a couple of teardrops from coming out the corner of your eye.
I think turkeys do that to all of us. I'm sitting here with my wife, and I wrote a story about her first turkey, and I remember reading a story that Robert Ruark wrote about his first elephant, and he was weeping after he shot it, and his PH, professional hunter, said, "The good ones always cry." As I walked with my wife with her first gobbler on the ground, she was smoothing its feathers and looking at it, and she was crying. And she told me at one time, her life said, "Why would you hunt turkeys? They're ugly." And so the difference when you see a turkey when its head's not lit up red, white, and blue, yeah, he can be kind of a freaky-looking thing. But boy, when you see him stand out in the sun like that, and the sun reflecting off those gold and bronze feathers, and you hear that gobble, it's just mystifying.
I want to make sure I heard you right. Your wife's beautiful and the turkey's ugly. I'm going to make sure on that.
If you've never, I'm going to answer that question for you. Miss Carol Marsh is one of the most beautiful women that ever walked the face of the earth.
Yeah, we hunt turkeys together quite a bit. We have a good time. I've hunted them, I think, in, at least 8 states. I lose track of it now. If I run out of tags in one state, I usually buy a license in another state and so on. It's the joy of spring. Sometimes it's a 60-day season for me there.
Is that
it's a gift I give myself every year.
Is that a normal thing for guys to take their wives turkey hunting? I mean,
no.
I'm sorry?
I don't. Ray asked if it's normal for guys to take their wives turkey hunting. I said no. I don't know that. I know that. I don't think so. That's not been my experience.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that do, especially in my business. And of course, there are a lot of famous writers and photographers out there. I know, there's Jill and Jim Easton over there in Arkansas. They travel all over the country, hunt turkeys all the time, and certainly a lot of folks that we know. But no, my wife didn't really grow up hunting. One of our first dates was dove hunting on one of her uncle's dairy farms, and she had my 410. Everybody accused me of only dating her because they had good hunting on a dairy farm, and she killed 2 doves on her first hunt with my 410. Their father said, "If I'd have known that you were going to be a hunter, I would have took you years ago."
Well,
so it was kind of the introduction of women into hunting. I knew a few before that, but now there's nothing at all unusual about it, especially when it comes to the turkey woods. It's a simple hunt. People can hunt together very easily. They don't have to worry about doing anything right or wrong, and it can be a very nice form of companionship between any two people.
Well, and it is, and it's such an intense experience, especially when you're working a bird and you've got one. Especially if you get one close, what it does to you when one gobbles right real close. That's an intense experience. It really helps people bond.
Yeah, one of Carol's first hunts, she was in a tent blind, and the turkey's fan or wings brushed against the blind, and he was drumming. He sounded like the vibration was inside of her. If you've ever heard one drum, it's kind of like a truck downshifting on the highway in the middle of the night.
So when you're calling a turkey and it gobbles back, is that similar to fishing for a largemouth bass and he bumps it a couple of times?
No, not really.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like if you've been hunting for a few days and you haven't heard that, all of a sudden it's like game on. Yeah, it's just awesome. Hey, it's like seeing a dog after a squirrel when he starts barking at it. But you have to be still. That's when the time when everything shuts down, your heart's beating, you're on fire, you can hear it pounding in your ears, but you have to remain motionless.
Yep. Yeah, and you're just about to,
every part of your being.
You're just about to come unhinged, and you've got to keep it together, you know. Hey, Mike, we're going to take a little break. We're going to take us a little break here, earn us a little money. Hang with us, and we'll be right back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're visiting with Mike Marsh, author, storyteller extraordinaire, and a very dear friend of mine.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub? Replace it with a beautiful, modern, easy-access walk-in shower from Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Bath Makeover is Central Arkansas's trusted local source for custom bathing solutions installed in as little as 1 day. Backed with a lifetime warranty, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call Bath Makeover of Arkansas now at 1-800-NEW-BATH during our triple savings sale. You'll save 3 ways. First, save $1,000 on a new bathtub or shower. Second, ask about 18 months, no interest and no payment financing. Senior and military discounts. Third, purchase a new bath or shower and receive a $200 Target gift card plus a bonus. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH right now for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH. Bath Makeover of Arkansas proudly serves the full state of Arkansas, offering custom bathing solutions such as bathtubs, showers, and walk-in bathtubs. In addition to a lifetime product warranty and 5-year workmanship warranty, Bath Makeover also offers a price lock guarantee, meaning once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in no matter what. Call Bath Makeover of Arkansas now at 1-800-NEW-BATH during our triple savings sale. You'll save 3 ways. First, save $1,000 on a new bathtub or shower. Second, ask about 18 months, no interest and no payment financing. Senior and military discounts. Third, purchase a new bath or shower and receive a $200 Target gift card plus a bonus. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH right now for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. Time now to talk to my good friend Neil Atkinson with Sarah's Casino Resort. Neil, it always helps when you turn the microphone on. I'm telling you. How in the world are you?
It helps me a little bit. I'm doing fantastic. I'm trying to recover from the weekend. What a weekend it was in the NCAA tournament. A magical one if you're an Arkansas Razorback fan. They are the lowest remaining seed in the tournament. And if they keep playing the way they are, they're making me really, really nervous. The money line on the game against St. Joe, they were getting 2.5 to 1 on their money, and that cashed in big time. And right now they're plus 210 on the money line. But here's a little secret. Go to the app and look at our specials. You can find them at plus 250 if you look at the special menu, and that's a nice little extra bump in payout if you're going to back the Hogs against Texas Tech late Thursday night. Boy, we're going to have to burn the midnight oil on that night, but we'll be there.
As you look at Arkansas, a couple of services today, I think Sports Illustrated one of them. They're not a service, they're a magazine. Anyway, they re-ranked the teams 1 through 16, and Arkansas has the lowest rating at 16.
Well, it doesn't matter what the rating is if they keep winning the games and keep paying out. So we won't pay any attention to Sports Illustrated, and we'll let the Hogs do what they do on the court. And it's going to be a great matchup. And right now the Razorbacks are a 5.5-point dog, and they've got the over and under at 147, and that's about where most of the Arkansas games are with opponents like Texas Tech. So, but at plus 5.5, that's a pretty good line for that game. And of course, they've been the dog in all the first two games, and hey, they're performing in that role quite well.
Neil, you're the best at what you do. We appreciate you. Okay.
All right. Hey, good luck, everybody. But also, even though you're enthusiastic about the Hogs, bet with your head and not over it. Keep it fun and entertaining. I know it's exciting that they're winning, but only bet within your means. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, Neil. BetSaracen.com. Download the app.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we are back with Mike Marsh, Wilmington, North Carolina author, magazine writer, photographer, and just a lot of different things. You made a great living in the outdoors, Mike, and I'll tell everybody kind of how we met was back in the mid-'90s when I was editor of a magazine, North Carolina Game and Fish, and I desperately needed some new good writers and had to beg Mike to write for me, and finally talked him into it after a few starts, and he became one of my best hands, and we've been friends ever since.
Oh, yeah, it's been a great, wonderful friendship, and I certainly am a fan of yours, too. Your book certainly was a nice turkey hunting book. I appreciate reading that, too. I think all your readers would, too.
Mike, our season's just around the corner. What about North Carolina's?
Oh, yeah. North Carolina, of course, our youth season will come in around, I guess, April 3rd or so, and after that we'll come in about April 10th. The South Carolina season, low country season comes in April 3rd. I'll be hunting down there for starters. Those are probably the only two states I hunt this year, but who knows? I might go to Virginia or West Virginia where my old buddy Rich Shively went back home. He was, of course, the inventor and still in his 80s and still handcraft super yellow turkey calls one at a time. I'm still holding one of his famous scratch box calls here, his 45th anniversary call.
I know in watching the national news, we had some fires here. Fires in North Carolina affecting you all at all in your season coming up?
Yeah, there's some fires up there in the mountains where I wound up with my first turkey back when they first did the restoration years ago, and we thought the only place they could live in high mountains. Now we know that they actually do better down here on the coast. It is open fields that are limiting factors for turkeys. So when you have a fire like that, it may tamper your hunting season at the beginning, but generally speaking, they're good for wild turkeys. Open areas in the mountainous areas of Pisgah National Forest and Nantahala and places like that, are rare now. We don't manage our timber as well. At least we manage it for other reasons. But turkeys are creatures, and they have to have those openings. It's a great big quail, and that's how you have to think about it. They brood and raise broods and nest in those open habitats.
North Carolina is one of the states that really does it well too. There's turkeys are kind of a decline. Well, not kind of. They're a declining bird throughout most of their range, but North Carolina, they're doing very, very well. That's one state. Arkansas, surprisingly, finally, is a state where they're doing well. And you know, when numbers are low, that's when you really separate the wheat from the chaff as far as hunting. Because a lot of people drop out, and only the hardcore people remain in there. And when the birds are few, you really have to be dedicated to look for them where they don't seem to be. And when you finally get one, you get one chance, maybe that week.
Yeah, or that season.
That season,
or
yeah.
maybe in a lifetime, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, turkeys are getting rare. You know, like any other creature, they're subject to environmental things. And in Southeast here, regardless of what you hear, I talk to the best wildlife biologists in the nation. It's basically weather. Excessively rain in the spring when the broods hatch, and through those first couple of months of summer, excessive rain, cold, windy weather really hurts reproduction. The problem, I think, in my opinion, in these southeastern states like Georgia and South Carolina, is their seasons were too liberal, and they couldn't back on them quick enough to reduce the pressure on those gobblers. There's still the same number of turkeys in each one of these states. They have declined. It's just a lower number of gobblers. So a lot of it's hunter perception that the seasons aren't as good.
Right.
When that gobbler to hen ratio drops below 2 hens to 1 gobbler in the fall surveys, hunters will report that their hunting seasons aren't as good as they were. But here in southeastern North Carolina, we're in the stronghold of turkeys. North Carolina always had their seasons right and their bag limits right. And I think that's one reason why they continue to be one of the great states in the southeast region for turkey hunters.
And they're also very, they've been really good about resisting public pressure to open it up. And, you know, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Kansas, those are case studies in what happens when you don't properly value a resource and, you know, open it up too much. And that's all it takes is a few years of overharvest and 1 or 2 bad hatches, and you are in a bad way.
That's true. That's true. And it's a reactive thing instead of a proactive thing. But, I mean, how do you know you're going to have a bad hatch one year, a good hatch next year? Again, most of it is due to weather.
Right.
And nobody can do about that. We can complain about it, but all we can do is respond.
Mike,
the only way to respond to, the only thing we can really do is tame a hunter's trigger finger. We don't really have any other control.
That's right. You know, you're a rarity in that you have been able to make a living and a very good one in the outdoors media. You know, you've never, as far as I know, been a rep for a company. You've never made your money, you know, in the in the production end of things. You have always been in media. You had a syndicated column that was very, very, very popular all through North Carolina for many years. You've written your books. How did you start, and how did you sustain it?
Wow. Well, that's quite a question. It started out as a hobby. Actually, I wrote Carolina Hunting Adventures Quest for the Limit and talked to some people and wanted to get it published and actually had some interest in some big New York publishers, very good publishers here in North Carolina, Workman, Blair. But all of a sudden, I had an editor of a magazine called Carolina Adventures say, well, talk to Horace Carter. He'll publish it for you. He was North Carolina's first Pulitzer Prize winner. He won it for meritorious public service, battling the Klan with a very tiny hometown newspaper down here in Kansas City. And his Pulitzer now resides in a hall in the University of North Carolina in Wilmington. And he was a great advocate of outdoors. He published 40-some books of his own. He was the president of Outdoor Writers Association of America, and darn if he didn't publish that book for me, and that's kind of what set it off. The editors told me what I need to do is start writing a few articles. I remember one writer here said he was the columnist here. Eventually I took over all the hunting, all the fishing columns for 7 newspapers. Eventually they were going out into as many as 29 newspapers a week in North Carolina, and millions of people would read my columns every week. And then, of course, I started writing for the magazine. I think the one I'm thinking about that I wrote that Brian liked so much was called Dredgewater Duck. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it well. Yes, sir. I sure do.
He called it, so it was one of the greatest articles he'd ever written, he'd ever read. And before it was over with, he had me be the southeastern, or in the field editor for North Carolina Game and Fish. Matter of fact, I just finished 2 stories for Game and Fish South. I'm
Mike,
ready to write another one tomorrow.
The bell has just rung on us, brother. I hope we can talk to you again sometime in the near future.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We've been visiting with Mike Marsh of Wilmington, North Carolina. Fabulous, fabulous storyteller, and we will be right back here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make W's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest W's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks? W's has them. Want more than a snack? Many W's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. W's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
March Mania is in full swing at Gwatney Buick GMC, and their biggest sale of the year is in a full court press. 2024 GMC Canyons discounted $5,000 off MSRP. 2025 Sierra 3/4-ton diesel Denali with $8,000 off MSRP. Call 501-945-4444. Power forward with Buick. 2025 Enclave or 2024 Envision with $5,000 discounted off MSRP. Score even bigger on 2025 Encore with an unheard of $6,000 off MSRP. New Hummers at 0%. The competition's crying foul because Gwatney Buick GMC will not be beat during March Mania. 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade. Some vehicles require qualifying trade-in. All offers with approved credit. Stock numbers 30810, 30614, 30318, 30605, 30465.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Arkansas. Becoming a member of Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union just got easier and a whole lot more exciting. If you live, work, worship, or go to school in 15 central Arkansas counties, you're eligible to join the credit union that puts you first. This summer, an auto loan deal is coming around so good, I can't even say the rate just yet, but trust me, it's big. So if you've been dreaming about a new ride, now's the time to get ready. Check out eligibility and see if you are in one of these counties at alcoacommunityfcu.org. Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. If you're just tuning in to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, turkey season just around the corner in Arkansas. People live and die for it. They love it. It's a passion. Anyway, this guy right here, Eddie Horton, who joins us now, is noted for his famous turkey calls, Brian.
Well, you know, we rode the turkey wave through the opening segment on through Mike Marsh, and now we're in Arkansas. We're talking some North Carolina hunting. Well, now we are back in Arkansas, southwest Arkansas, with Eddie, and we've had a time, Eddie. It's just been a night. Welcome to Ray Tucker.
we played musical phone calls. We were what are we 0 for 3 right now?
Well, that's all right. We got him now. We're talking with Eddie Horton of Eddie Horton Turkey Calls. And I met Eddie years ago at the Arkansas Big Buck Classic. He had a booth over there in Barton Coliseum, and I walked up there and started messing around with a couple of his calls and fell in love with one of them. It's the best thing I ever heard. I still have it, still use it, still my main call. And so, Eddie, man, just tell us about it. How'd you get into this?
Well, I got tired of buying calls, and everybody sounds just the same.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's calls, or they run them through an oscilloscope or whatever, and try to get that right pitch, you know. And I do all of mine by hand, and I tune mine by ear. So they're going to be a little different. Some of them are not exactly like the others, and well, there's no two of them just alike because I hand make them.
And
I got tired of listening to the same old thing, so I wanted something that, you know, sounded like a hen turkey instead of a store-bought.
Right. How many years have you been making calls, and how many you think you probably sold? A bunch, I know.
I have no idea. Because a lot of times when I'm building, and, you know, I started years ago, I was going to number them. Well, then I try to get them to where they sound like they would. If they don't make it, it goes in the burn pile. I mean, I wear different hats. You know, I'm the quality control expert and the manufacturer and the shipping and handling. And so if I'm building it and it doesn't sound like I want it to sound, I toss it.
I'm calling BS. I'm calling BS on you. There is no way you're throwing ebony and mahogany and all that stuff you use in a burn pile.
Yeah, I believe it or not, if it doesn't meet the sound, it's got to go.
Well,
now it doesn't mean I don't give it life support. I try to keep it as loud as long as
Wait a minute.
But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You know.
I tell you what, ebony and mahogany both. They are so beautiful, but you got to really, really, really be careful working them to get the right sound out of them. They're very, very finicky. When you get them right, oh my gosh, they sound good. But if you don't.
If you don't, it's going to sound more like a goose than it will anything.
It sounds like a beginning violin student pulling the, pulling.
Yeah, you're going to need some nerve pills before.
What we want to know, Eddie, is down. What we want to know is we got one of your calls in your hand. It's opening day, turkey season. It's 40 minutes before dawn. Take us through it. Where you hunt down there in southwest, around the Nashville area, southwest area.
About 10 minutes after 6, I'm going to be where I think the turkeys would be. I'll be close enough to hear him. And if he's not gobbling by 6:20 or 6:25, and it depends on the weather, of course, but after those crows get up and get to flying and carrying on, and if he's not answering, I'm going to owl hoot, and I'm going to give him something to talk to. And if that works, then I'm going to have my box, which is patented, by the way.
Yep.
And I'm just going to give him a little limb yelp 2 or 3 times. If he answers me, I am shut down, gun up, and on point.
How long does it? When he comes down, the optimum thing is for him to just come in on a string. But what happens when he, is out there 40 yards and he just decides, you know what, she needs to come to me. I've done my bit.
Put it behind his back and run it with one hand and bring him in.
You taught me to do
that. That's what I do. But,
you taught me to do that. You taught me to do that one-handed thing there in Barton Coliseum. One of the most useful things that I've ever learned.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to do,
No.
but it can be done, and you can purr with it a little bit, you can cluck with it a little bit, and that gets their attention, and that helps them come on in. But now, look, most people now are shooting these bazookas.
Right.
With bazooka Luca TSS,
right?
And they're shooting them at 70 to 80 steps. I'm not going to do that. I don't hunt with decoys. I don't. They got to get up close, and I depend on my calling to make that happen. I'd rather call one and have him get up. We watch the show, and want to get up close to about 50, 60, and I'm watching the show. And if he doesn't come in, fine. I'm all right with that. I'll get him later. But sometimes, like I said, it's like you got a rope around his neck, and I'm dragging him in there. So you got to, just play it by ear. And I may answer your next question. I don't know, but we've been seeing a lot of birds.
I was getting ready to ask, what's the outlook? Both you guys outlook good?
Where I hunt in Grant County, there's not a single turkey anywhere within 100 miles. They've all died out, and nobody's seen one in years.
Well, South Arkansas, we've been seeing them in the road ditches. I saw 4 across the highway the other day. I thought, man, I hadn't seen this in years.
Right.
But there's a lot of folks trapping down here now. I mean, you can't do anything with the furs or anything, but nobody buys them hardly and won't give you nothing. But the idea behind it is to get rid of the predators.
Right.
And if you can get rid of the predators, you can save those nests and save the eggs. You've done a tremendous good for nature, if you will, especially the turkeys. They'll come back.
Eddie Horton, your calls were some of the best around. Furthest place you've shipped one?
I've got them. I know there's 2 in Redding, California, and there's 1 in somewhere in Maryland. And I've got some in Ohio. There's some. I've got them all over, but that's, you said, the furthest. So I would say, yeah, I've got the East Coast covered and the West Coast covered.
If you were going to advise somebody, Eddie, on the one call that you need, somebody is getting into it, they don't know what they need, and they got this choice of every different thing there is, what's the one call you're going to put in that person's hand and say, you know what, if you take this call, you can hunt anywhere in the state?
You've got, and that depends on the individual. If I'm looking at them and I understand what they're telling me and they're new, and you got to use both hands to start with if you're going to have a glass or aluminum or a copper or slate or whatever, or a box. You're going to have both hands. It just depends on how well they can use the box. If they can use it, we'll go with that. If they can't, I will put them on a slate or a copper or a piece of aluminum or something, and we'll get them fixed up. But I like to let them run them. That's why I set up at the Classic like I did, was, to let people come through and actually put their hands on it. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't, you don't have to. It's real simple.
Eddie, we're just about out of time. Where do they find your calls?
You just have to call me. And I can just call me.
Do it. Give us your
better that way.
Give us your number real quick.
870-818-1332. That's Eddie Horton Turkey Calls.
And if you get one of these, man, you won't regret it. You have a real good chance.
You'll be happy with it.
You will be happy with it.
All right, Eddie. Appreciate you very much. A big bass fishing event, Major League Fishing coming up. Joe Pogger joins us when we come back.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub? Replace it with a beautiful, modern, easy-access walk-in shower from Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Bath Makeover is Central Arkansas's trusted local source for custom bathing solutions installed in as little as 1 day. Backed with a lifetime warranty, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call Bath Makeover of Arkansas now at 1-800-NEW-BATH during our triple saving sale. You'll save 3 ways. First, save $1,000 on a new bathtub or shower. Second, ask about 18 months, no interest and no payment financing, senior and military discounts. Third, purchase a new bath or shower and receive a $200 Target gift card plus a bonus. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH right now for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH. Bath Makeover of Arkansas proudly serves the full state of Arkansas, offering custom bathing solutions such as bathtubs, showers, and walk-in bathtubs. In addition to a lifetime product warranty and 5-year workmanship warranty, Bath Makeover also offers a price lock guarantee, meaning once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in no matter what. Call Bath Makeover of Arkansas now at 1-800-NEW-BATH during our triple saving sale. You'll save 3 ways. First, save $1,000 on a new bathtub or shower. Second, ask about 18 months, no interest and no payment financing, senior and military discounts. Third, purchase a new bath or shower and receive a $200 Target gift card plus a bonus. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH right now for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we're visiting with Joe Opager of Major League Fishing because we've got 3 Arkansans, Mark Davis, Spencer Sheffield, and Dylan Hayes, competing in the Red Crest Bass Fishing Championships coming up in Huntsville, Alabama. And Joe Opager is an old friend of us, old friend of the show. He's going to tell us about that tournament, how it's shaping up. The weather's got to be beautiful, Joe. What are you looking at there?
Oh, gosh, you couldn't be more right, Brian. We are looking at the weather for next week. We're talking optimal conditions here. The fishing is going to be phenomenal on Lake Guntersville. We're expecting to see some really massive bass caught and some, I want to say limits of bass, but we don't have limits of bass on the Bass Pro Tour. You can catch as much as you can. So we expect to see some really big weights. We're going to have some great crowds, really great weather, and we couldn't be more excited for next week.
Joe, you trust those weather guys?
What's that?
I said, you trust those weather guys?
You kind of have to at this point.
Well, I that's the optimist in me, Ray. We always kind of adjust, and we're ready to go. One of the great things about Major League Fishing is if there is inclement weather, the guys are allowed to trailer to other ramps around the lake and launch at the same time. So, competition's going to start at 8 a.m. They're going to fish all day long, but it will make things easier where if the weather does happen to get a little bit crummy, guys aren't going to have to make long runs in it. They're going to be able to trailer around the lake to get a little closer to their fishing spot.
So what is the format for this?
So this format for Red Crest is catch all the weight you can. We'll have 50 anglers competing in this event. The full field will compete over the first 2 days. They're going to catch as much weight as they can, and then the top 20 are going to advance into the knockout round. The leader after the first 2 days is going to advance directly to Championship Sunday, while the remaining 19 guys in the top 20 are going to compete on Saturday to get into the top 9. And then on that final day, you're going to have the 2-day leader along with the top 9 guys that qualified joining them. So on that final day, it's just going to be down to the final 10 anglers. We're going to zero the weights again at that point, and it's going to be a one-day shootout with those 10 guys. Whoever brings in the heaviest weight at the end of the day is going to take home that top prize of $300,000. So not bad for 8 hours of fishing on Lake Guntersville.
Yeah, and 10 guys can get lost on Lake Guntersville. They're not going to be competing, interfering with. A lot of them probably won't even see each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with 50 guys in the entire field, they're even going to be able to spread out. There's 5 main creeks on Lake Guntersville where this tournament could be won in any 5 of them. I think guys are really going to be able to spread out in this one, fish to their strengths. We're going to be seeing fish caught in all 3 phases of the spawn right now. We still are seeing pre-spawn. There's some that are getting up there, and then there's some that have already spawned and are back out deep. So guys are really going to be able to pick their poison, and it's going to be a fun event. We're going to get to see all different styles play out here.
And the format change is, I think, still the same, where they have to declare whether they're going to use live scope the day of the tournament, and they're only going to be able to use it for one period. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So that's new this year on the Bass Pro Tour. We've kind of limited the amount of forward-facing sonar that they're allowed to use. So on the Bass Pro Tour, each day of competition is divided up into 3 periods. And an angler has to declare before the start of the period that this is going to be their forward-facing sonar period. And then they're allowed to use it for 1 period. And then when they're done, they have to turn it off, and they're not allowed to use it again for the rest of the day. So it's really kind of changed the strategy of the event. In the first couple of events so far this season, we've seen guys mainly use it in period 1 and kind of locate them and then kind of lean on that through the rest of the day, just knowing that they're there. But we have also seen some guys saving it for periods 2 and 3 to kind of take advantage of when other people are not using it. So it's going to be a fun tournament and fun way to see it all play out.
Joe, does every boat have a cameraman?
Not every boat, no. So we do have 10 cameramen on the water, as well as a roving drone cameraman. So, with 50 guys out there, our team does a great job, and that's one of the advantages we have with Score Tracker. We can tell exactly who is catching fish as they catch them. So if our cameramen are on a guy that's, not doing so hot and across the lake, Jacob Wheeler's on fire and putting him in the boat, we'll pull the cameraman off and send him over there. So our production team does a great job. Our roaming on-the-water cameramen do an awesome job, and they really get the whole event covered despite only having 10 cameras on the water.
What networks is it going to be on?
So we are live streamed. You can watch throughout the entire event at MajorLeagueFishing.com on the MOTV app and on the Rumble Smart TV app. So if you have a smart TV, you can download any one of those 3 apps, and you can catch it there. But then we're also filming this tournament for broadcast later this year. It's going to air in July on Discovery Channel, and then the re-airs are going to air on Outdoor Channel and Vice TV. But the key thing is, for most fans, they're going to want to see it live going down. Every minute of competition is going to be live streamed next week. And all the details, you can find it at MajorLeagueFishing.com.
Well, Joe Upogger, we are out of time here at Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, but really, really appreciate you joining us. I look forward to seeing you in Huntsville, Alabama. As always, it's always a treat. And thank you for joining us on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Thank you, guys.